What's up, everybody? Brandon with Millionaire Heating and Air Conditioning, bringing you another millionaire moment. So, I want to talk to you guys about the concept of replacing your air conditioner and what usually happens in this industry. So you experience a breakdown, or you know it's getting old, it's, coming into the summer season, and you're like, hey, you know what? Last year we barely got through. We had to add some Freon. And because it always just needs a little bit of Freon, and but it's time to replace. It's time to invest in something new and great. And so you call out a local company, and they go, hey, you got a 4-ton heating and air conditioning system. Go back in with a 4-ton. And you go, okay, sounds about right. The last one did okay. So he quotes you 5, 10, 15 grand, who knows, somewhere in that range, typically, depending on where you are in the U.S. And he puts it in, and it's 20 years newer than the last one, and technology's changed a little bit, and after time you're like, man, this one doesn't seem to be working as good as the last one. What's going on here? This thing's brand new. So you call them out, and they come out the first time, the second time, and eventually they stop answering. And what ends up happening is, because technology has changed and the technician guessed a lot, okay? He didn't do a load calculation. He didn't do a blower door. He didn't test the airflow. So he was like, well, if this worked, it worked. And you didn't really pay him for those diagnostic tests. You just assumed that he was going to do them. And in most fields where diagnostics are valued, if you don't pay for them, they're not doing them. And that's the same thing with heating and air conditioning. There are some very valuable tests you should be paying for before you invest $5, $10, $15, even $20,000 in some cases on these expensive pieces of equipment. A true flow airflow test is number one. Number two, a load calculation with blower door test is number two. And then a energy audit with energy bill disaggregation. Those are three things you should take into account before you ever consider a $5, $10, $15, $20,000 investment or mistake if you don't go through the right channels, okay? And it doesn't really matter if you get 5, 10, 15 quotes, because most of the guys aren't doing the work, they aren't testing, and most customers aren't paying for it. And if they're not paying for it, they're not getting it, okay? Do yourself a favor. If you're in Dallas-Fort Worth area, give us a call, Millionaire Heating and Air Conditioning. Our services aren't free, but we'll do a blower door test, comfort consult for $357. And we'll spend a few hours with you discussing your wants and your needs and your desires, and we will get really, really accurate with what you and your home need. But going into it, we don't know much. We don't live there. We go out there once or twice a year at most. You live there 365 days a year. So help us help you make the right decision that'll last you 20, 25 years. Give us a call.